Hi everyone, today's video is going to be one that I made 2 years ago. I made it a while ago, but I thought it was time to update it, and it is the best and worst beauty subscription boxes. So I am kind of a subscription addict, like a lot of us here on YouTube. It's a great way to get to try a lot of different things for a good value. No matter what subscription service you buy, you're going to get a higher value of items than you spent, if that makes sense, no matter what. So it's a great way to do that. It's a great way to try new things, and if you want to build up your collection, it's a great way to do that as well. I have had a ton of subscription services, and today I really want to focus in on what I feel like are the four most popular ones, and that would be Boxycharm, Ipsy, Birchbox, Sephora+. So let's start off with Boxycharm. They don't have a cute little box, so I'm not going to show you that. But that subscription is $21 a month, and you usually get 5 full-size items. And the items you get are pretty legit. For example, let's just start pulling things out. I got this concealer palette in a Boxycharm. It's a value of $19.99, and I got it in a $21 box. Other things I had gotten in that subscription service include, well, I don't know, maybe I should have pulled some, like this eyeshadow palette. Again, I think this is valued at like 20 bucks. So you get some really nice full-sized items. I enjoyed it, but I decided to end it just because I have a lot of makeup. I am kind of at the point now where I don't really need to be bringing in so much makeup into my collection every single month because I have so much. And I found that, like, this concealer palette, I really enjoy it. Right now I'm panning it, so it's a little different. But before I panned it, it was like I used it for, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, really enjoyed it, put it in my collection, and then it sat there for a long time. And that's just kind of how things go when you get a large collection. So I think that's something to say for any subscription service. That's personally why I stopped Boxycharm. However, they have some really good items, and everything you get will be full-size. $21 a month, the value is generally approximately $100. So that's pretty good. I definitely recommend Boxycharm. I know recently they gave away like a Tarte, or not gave away, but in their box was like a Tarte palette. You will see items of, or excuse me, brands that you've actually heard of. There will be some different brands, like again, this was Measurable difference, who knew that? But they just gave away, they do put ColourPop in there, Makeup Geek has been in there, Tarte. So they do a good variety of things you've heard of and things you haven't. So that is Boxycharm. I think it's a great box. Next, we're going to have Ipsy. So Ipsy, you get a cute little bag every single month. This is just one of them. I don't even remember what bag it was from, but it's just like the first one I pulled out. And it is $10 a month, flat fee. You get 4 to 6 items, generally, again, 5 items. And I found that usually I got like 1 or 2 full-sized items, and the rest were smaller sample sizes. I usually got 4 makeup items and then 1 item that was like skincare or hair care. But there is very heavily based in makeup. You would get some brands that you've heard of, but it was generally kind of brands that you may or may not know. Pacifica is in there a lot. Coastal Scents has been in there. I got some Tarte items. I got, you know, so it's kind of runs the gambit, where it's like some items you've definitely heard of, something you maybe wanted to try, and some items that's like, what in the world is this? I've never heard of it in my entire life. They have a really nice reward system where you can, what do you call it? Review each one of your items and get points for that. You can also get points for sharing things on your Facebook. Fun fact, you can share it and then just go and delete it. That's what I usually did because I didn't want my Facebook filled up with things like that. Y'all, this hair is it's a little much today. I kind of like it. So you can do that on your Facebook. You can get points for if people use your link. Everyone gets a link no matter if you are like 10 million subscribers on YouTube or if you don't even have an Instagram. Like, everyone gets a link and you can use that link, and if people sign up using it, you get points. And then you can trade in those points for items. Some of the items I got, this Estee Lauder foundation. I also got the Hourglass Vanish Stick. So they have some pretty good items on there. Your points will expire after like a year, so just be cognizant of that. But it's a really nice subscription service. It's one of my favorites. I had it for about 3.5 years, I think. Again, I quit all but one of my subscription services just because of the size of my collection. And if you had all 4 of these subscription services, that would be bringing in 20 items of makeup into your collection every single month. Now, when I first started YouTube, I loved that. I was kind of in the mindset of give me more, give me more, give me more. And let's be honest, I still want to try a bunch of things. I'm still very intrigued in trying new makeup and getting to use things and stuff, but I also realize that it's just not realistic to be bringing in 20 items a month when I finish up like 3 or 4 makeup items a month. So I really liked Ipsy though. I do recommend it. And then we'll go on to the third one, and that is Birchbox. Birchbox is one of the reasons why I really wanted to update y'all on this, because Birchbox, you get 5 items. They're generally rather small. Occasionally you get a full size. Occasionally you'll get a really cool box. One box I got like a beauty blender in it. And so like I said, you'll get like really good boxes, and then you'll have like 3 or 4 mint, and then like a really good box. They changed their point system a lot. So it used to be that you could review Birchbox, and for each review you got 10 points. Every 100 points was $1. Yeah, every 100 points was $1 for the Birchbox Shop. The Birchbox Shop is freaking awesome. There's a ton of stuff in there. So you review things, you get people to sign up using your link, you'd get 50 points. I mean, you could definitely, or was it 10 points were $1? Might have been that. I don't remember. They used to have a great system. Now they don't do that anymore. Now you can't get points for reviewing. You can only get points for getting other people to sign up. That's not necessarily realistic for a lot of people. If you're just like the average girl, like even me, I have a YouTube channel. I got like maybe in all 10 people to sign up, which was great. Please, I feel like that sounds super ungrateful, and I'm very appreciative that 10 people chose to sign up using my link. That was awesome. Because again, that was money that went straight into my pocket to go to the Birchbox Shop, and the Birchbox Shop has a ton of stuff. Some things I bought in the Birchbox Shop. Let's just show you. This Cynthia Rowley eyeshadow palette, Birchbox Shop. Didn't pay $1 for it. Ooh, one of my favorite foundations. This Dr. Jart one, Birchbox Shop. Didn't pay $1 for it. So, you know, I mean, there's definitely some really cool things you can get in the Birchbox Shop. But since they changed their reward system, it's really hard to get points, which sucks. Like I said, generally you would get 5 items. 1, maybe 2 of those would be makeup. The rest would be skincare and hair care. Occasionally a perfume. It was okay. It wasn't the best. You'd get 1 really awesome box, and then 3 or 4 bad ones, and then 1 really awesome box. So and it was also $10 a month. I don't know if I said that, but it was. So I chose to quit that just because they changed the point system, and I wasn't loving the items I got. This is one of the only ones that I might say, instead of buying this, go for Ipsy. Unless you're really into trying skincare and hair care. However, you get very small sample sizes usually. Occasionally you'll get a nice size one, but generally they're relatively small. I forgot to mention, for Ipsy, the value of the boxes were usually around $50. For Birchbox, it's generally around $30. And it's predominantly also brands you've never heard of. So this is probably my least favorite of the 4, honestly. And last but not least, we have Sephora Play. Sephora Play is one that I feel like is controversial, might be dramatic, but kind of controversial. Because people were expecting things that I don't feel like were realistic. It's $10 a month plus sales tax. So I live in Georgia. We have a 7% sales tax, which means that it is $10.70 a month. That's how math works. I'm sure we're all on the same page there. And I don't know what people were expecting. I honestly don't. But I freaking love Sephora Play. You generally get 6 items a month. One of those items will be a perfume sample, or last month we got like a foil packet. So one will be kind of, but then you get 5 good ones. They're all brands that they sell at Sephora. Like, every single month, I've gotten something that I was like, oh my goodness, I've heard people talk about this on YouTube and I wanted to try it. There's a skincare item from like Ole Hendrickson. We just got one from Fresh. They're really nice brands. Now, are you getting things from like Tom Ford? No. But you're getting things from like high-end brands that you've heard of. 6 items a month, $10. You get a good mix of skincare, hair care, and makeup. Which I used to be like, just give me makeup. But now, like, with Sephora Play, because you're getting items that I've heard of and that I've been interested in trying, I actually really like the skincare and the hair care as well. Maybe it's also just because I'm getting older. Not old. Let's not be dramatic. But I'm 24 now. I'm about to be 25. So I'm getting to where it's like, okay, let's take a little bit better care of my skin. I want it to be pretty for the rest of my life because I got a long way to go, hopefully, you know, God willing. So, all that to say, I freaking love Sephora Play, but a lot of people don't. So that's really your own thing. I think you just have to come in there with realistic expectations. Like, for example, we got like a Tarte lip paint and a Sephora Play. If that had come in an Ipsy, people were like, yeah, Tarte, we've heard of this brand. But you get it in a Sephora Play, and people are like, well, what the hell? Why did we just get one thing from Tarte? Like, there's just like not a realistic expectation when you consider they're the same price. Minus this, you know, 70-ish%, whatever your sales tax is, the extra 70 cents. I don't know. I don't understand that. I really love Sephora Play. If I had to rank these, it would go Sephora Play, Boxycharm, Ipsy, Birchbox. However, Boxycharm is over twice as much as the other three, so something to keep in mind. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with any of them. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you want makeup, go with Ipsy. If you want to pay a little more but get full-size items, go with Birchbox. Go with Boxycharm. If you are okay with getting really small things, but getting... I can't really think of a good thing to say about Birchbox, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be hateful. I guess if you want to discover new brands and you're cool with getting like a variety of skincare, hair care, and you don't care if they're small, go with Birchbox. And if you want to try a variety of things, but from brands you've heard of, go with Sephora Play. That's my overall thing. I really liked all of these when I had them. I think they all had a time in my life. Right now, I just have Sephora Play, and that's all I can see myself having for the future. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments. I always want to hear from you, and I want to make videos you want to hear. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.